This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Brewer Group's Impact Investor Conference in Minneapolis 2015. Patrick Bertagna is next to me from GTX Corp. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is GTXO. Patrick, welcome back to SNNLive.
Well, thank you, Sheldon. Happy to be here. Love working with you.
It's good to have you. So let's get an overview on the company and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So we're in the wearable technology business. We put miniaturized electronics inside of wearables. Insoles like this, shoes, backpacks, hats, just about anything that you can think of that's wearable. The electronics that we put in are predominantly oriented around finding people. So you may say, well, why do I want to find people? Well, think about someone that has Alzheimer's, dementia, autism. They have a tendency to wander. And so wouldn't it be great to be able to slip this into their shoes and then from your smartphone, push a button to know where they are at all times? And that's what we do.
Okay, I got a couple of questions.
Sure.
From the standpoint of cost, I mean, on a case-by-case basis, how much does it really cost?
So we like to say $1 a day. The solution's $1 a day. Mm-hmm. It's a $300 product on average, and then there's a $30 a month monitoring fee, all right? So $30 a month, it's $1 a day, in essence, after you buy the product. But think of that from a peace of mind perspective. What is your loved one's worth? And believe me,
what's your peace of mind worth?
What's it worth? You know, we had someone call our company a couple of weeks ago and said, you know, that's a lot of money. And we said to them, okay, it may be. We're not here to judge, but what does it cost you if your loved one goes missing? And she answers her own question, goes, oh, my mom went missing last week, and we spent all night looking for her, driving around. That's not worth $1 a day, you know? And it was, okay, great, I'll buy one. I mean, it's just, that's what it is.
I have another question. So if I'm in the shoe business, if I'm in the umbrella business, the backpack business, why wouldn't I want to be a reseller of your product?
So, good question. And we're not going after the OEM business that much, even though we are talking to a few large companies. But we have all the intellectual property wrapped around this. We've developed the product, the brands, and you know, we're very comfortable with marketing it ourselves through our own channels. But certainly, you know, a large brand wants to come to us and talk about doing a licensing deal, we'll listen.
Now, from the standpoint of resistance, besides, I mean, I don't see price being any resistance. What's the other resistance that anybody would have to this?
Believe it or not, it's not about the product. It's just about the admission that they need to buy the product for their loved one. That seems to be the biggest stumbling block. Think of it this way. Imagine you have a parent or a sibling, it doesn't matter, someone that you love, that you care for tremendously, and you're starting to become aware that they wander. Because it's not like a rash, it's not just something that pops up, it's not a cold, it's not a fever, it happens once, and then you don't pay a lot of attention to it, then it happens again, and then again. And then eventually you have to come to terms and say, my loved one wanders off, has a problem, I need to do something about it.
So how does it work? GPS?
It's GPS and cellular.
Here, you can have it back.
Thank you. It's GPS and cellular, so think of it just like as your smartphone with all the guts. You know,
so I download an app.
We have an app, and you're able to go through any internet-connected device. You're able to just log on, use your password, and you'll be able to see a breadcrumb trail where the person has been, where they're going, their speed, their bearing. You even can do what's called a geofence, set an electronic perimeter. So let's say you can put a 3-block perimeter, and if your loved one breaches that perimeter, you'll get a text message on your phone. Mom just went beyond 3 blocks. And you know exactly where she is. You can go in your car and go get her.
So how's business?
Business is great. Business is good. Business is good. Unfortunately, it's just there's a lot of people out there in the world that need this. So in one sense, it's disheartening. But you know, we receive inquiries from all over the world. I mean, I'm proud to say we are currently selling in 20 countries. You can find this in 20 countries, and we're piloting in another half dozen or so. So this product has no geographical boundaries.
Did you develop this?
I am the inventor of the product, yes.
So you went from inventor to entrepreneur to CEO, and now the whole destiny is in your hands. How do your shoulders feel?
Sometimes a little heavy, but for the most part, it feels great. But I actually,
Did you have a direct need, and that's how it developed?
no, absolutely not. This was truly driven from an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm a serial entrepreneur. This is my 7th company. I understand technology very well. My last 2 companies were technology companies I built from scratch and sold. And previous to that, I was actually in the footwear business and clothing business. So I married my 2 past lives, and it really came out of an opportunity. A light bulb went off. 12 years ago, a little girl, Elizabeth Smart, in Utah was abducted, all over the news. And I just thought to myself, why can't we just take tracking technology and put it inside shoes? And so it was just an epiphany. I bounced it off a couple of my mentors, business partners, close friends. They all said, what a great idea. Hence, as the entrepreneur in me, launched the company. And it wasn't until later on that we then had the opportunity to go public. We went public in 2008. And then we were approached by a professor at George Mason University that said, hey, look, monitoring kids is great, but there's a whole new world, other world out there of monitoring seniors. And I had no idea. I really knew nothing about dementia. And I'm a quick study, and I learned a lot, and I realized, holy cow, this is really, really a major problem. Rule number 1 in business, develop a solution for a problem, and if you do it well, you will succeed. And that's what we did.
What's the brand name for the product?
So for our embedded product, it's the GPS Smart Sole. But our tagline is really empowered GTX Corp with you. We're with you. We want to make sure that we provide you with that peace of mind, and that's really our logo. We're empowering you, the caregiver, and we're giving something that you can take with you, which is that peace of mind.
What I'm seeing is you literally could buy one pair, take the sole from one pair of shoes, put it into another pair of shoes, or you could really buy it for 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, and it's the same monitoring process without having to worry about did I change the sole, right?
Partially right, but interestingly enough, we have more and more customers coming to us and asking specifically for that. They want 2 pairs while one pair is being charged, or just in case one pair got taken out to get cleaned or whatever, they want to make sure there's another pair. When the disease progresses to an acute level, it's measured across 7 levels. Level 1 is mild, level 7 is off the chart. So when you get to a level 3, 4, and 5, you can wander so often that a lot of the caregivers want to make sure that they have multiple pairs, so that in the event the loved one wanders off, that they're protected.
Is this a reimbursement product?
So we have recently obtained some reimbursement codes from different states. It's a state by state right now. We have California, and we have another state that we're working with, and then we're in the process of talking to 2 or 3 other states. So slowly but surely, we're going to get the states to come give us those reimbursement codes, and we're also talking to private insurance companies. And we already received word from one private insurance carrier that they will cover a portion of this. So reimbursement it sounds easy, but it's long, it's arduous, it takes time, but we're methodically just going at it step by step.
How do I buy it?
So simplest way is just to go on our website, gpssmartsole.com or gtxcorp.com. Either one of those 2 websites, you can go buy it. But we also sell in retail stores. We sell through other online affiliates, Amazon. We sell, of course, internationally. We have about 20 international distributors, and they all sell through stores and online. And we're working with some of our wireless partners that have stores, and probably by the end of the year, we will see these in some of our partner stores.
Yeah, you've come a long way since the last time I interviewed you. You know that, right?
It was only about 6 months ago, but we've made some progress.
Seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a website out there for the corporation.
GTXcorp.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Bertagna, GTX Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is GTXO. I'm Shelly Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Brewer Group's Impact Investor Conference in Minneapolis 2015. Patrick?
Sheldon, thank you so much. Always a
Pleasure to see
pleasure.
you.
Likewise. Thank you.